Have I told you today how very much I love you?
Yes, you did. Before breakfast. That was a long time ago.
Oh, well, then I'll say it again. I love you more than I can ever say or show in any way.
I love you too, Alex. Oh, I can't bear to ever be parted from you again. Hold me close.
Whoops.
Oh.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but it's exercise time, Alex.
I seem to remember reading somewhere that kissing was just as good as jogging.
Only for the lips. Really, I am sorry, but I can't take you back to Houston without proof positive I put you through the mills. I mean, if I don't have it, Dr. Cook will grind me into a fine white powder and sprinkle me slowly over the ship channel.
No, we can't have that.
Nope.
Judy calls. Believe me, Iris, I would rather stay here with you.
Why, Mr. Wheeler. Now, I promise you a nice, easy workout. And then you can have a shower. I'll give you one of those famous Shelley Lee massages. And you can take a nap in your stateroom for the rest of the afternoon.
Torture.
I don't know if I can release you into the hands of another woman.
We think of Shelley as a drill master. That way it's a lot easier and much closer to the truth.
Drill masters are generally not so pretty or so young.
Thank you, Mrs. Wheeler.
Darling, before you go, can we all talk about going home? I really must talk to Dennis about his engagement. We could hire some big, brawny masseur and cover you with security. Surely by now it would be safe.
Any word from Ryan?
No, and I'm sure I'd hear if he'd made any progress. You know, it's not easy to prove attempted murder. But until he does, Alex, I think it's best to have the world keep thinking that you're dead.
Now, Ginny, I know you feel you have a duty to bear it, but what about us?
More than just a duty. I'm Barrett's wife. I love him.
Well, that isn't what you said before.
Oh, I don't love him the way I love you. The way I should. But I have to try, Ryan. Please don't make it any harder for me.
Okay, I won't. If that's what you feel you really have to do. But Barrett deserves some honesty from you.
Well, I haven't lied to him.
Ginny, this can't go on forever. Now, someday you're going to have to tell him about us. I mean, what if somebody else tells him? What are you going to do?
Don't you think I've thought about that 1,000 times? I've tried to tell him. What can I say to him? How can I say, I loved another man and we were going to be married until you came home?
Well, Barrett does happen to be a sensitive, intelligent man. Don't you think he'll understand?
Oh, Ryan, you know about Barrett's Texas heritage and Steve and me. It's what kept him alive and sane over there. What if I make him feel as if I've betrayed him? It's like the whole dream was a mirage.
Then you'd be free to come to me.
No.
Yes.
No, it'll even be worse. That wouldn't help. Can't you understand, Ryan? I can't come to you like that. I don't want to.
Barrett has to be told. You can't keep putting this off.
I know. But if I tell him now, will he be able to help you find out about Elliot Carrington? Could you two possibly work together?
No, maybe you're right. But afterwards, you'll tell him then.
Yes. I'll tell him. I promise. As soon as I can. Have you finished the examination?
Yes.
What'd you find out?
Ricky and Shelley, if you'll step outside for a moment, we won't be long.
Sure, Alex.
Now, Iris, I know how difficult this is for you to go into hiding like
Oh,
this.
it's not the hiding. I would do anything to keep you safe. You know that. It's just... Oh, I guess it is just sitting here knowing Paige is wrapping herself around Dennis like a spider and not being able to do anything about it.
I'm sorry,
Well,
darling.
then can't we go home?
Yes, we can if it's that important to you, but listen to me first.
All right, but I don't think you can change my mind.
Look, I believe that I heard that once before. I think that was when I shanghaied you.
Yes, well, but that was different.
All right. Of course it was. But then I was determined to save you from your fears and your own self-doubts. But now
Now you think you're acting for my own good again. Alex, I haven't brought this up while you've been recovering, but... Well, I really think your suspicion of Elliot is unfounded. He's been extremely kind to Dennis and me since the shooting. Now, I went along with deceiving him at Christmas when we left Houston, but... Well, I think you're simply wrong.
Then think again, Iris. Think of Elliot threatening to kill you.
He was overwrought. What man wouldn't have been under the circumstances, finding out Dennis wasn't his son?
Of course, but he threatened to kill you if you told Dennis. That's what he was afraid of.
Certainly, but what good would that have done? You knew as well.
I knew something else. Something that I threatened to prove to Dennis. That Elliot betrayed his prisoners at that Cambodian prison camp. Did he find out that you didn't have any of that information?
Yes. He knew I was in the dark about why he'd agreed to leave Houston, but...
Then put
Still.
yourself in Elliot's situation. The man you hate has the power to destroy you. But that power is in his head. It remains there. Nobody else knows. But one single act could destroy him forever. Now, if you were Elliot, and you're half crazed from having gone through a terrible experience at POW camp, but that one way out, seeing that one way out, what would you do?
If I were Elliot, I might kill you.
Granted. But now that's only a suspicion, but it's the logical one. Now, if you still want to go back to Houston, then we'll sail immediately.
No, darling, of course not. Your safety is more important to me than anything in the world.
Good.
And if there's any possibility...
Good. Whew. Now, if I can just convince Shelley that that was much more taxing than any exercise, then she'll let me off the hook.
Are we ready, Mr. Wheeler?
What do you mean, we?
Ricky, have you heard from Ryan in the last few days?
No, I haven't.
Then call him. I want to know if he's made any progress.